Okay, let's try this again. Oh, good lord. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Okay. This time, I have my computer plugged in, so there should be no issues. And if there are issues, well, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. Okay. First I gotta find that sketch again. Okay, this time rotate right. No, too small. Okay. So, like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, right. First of all, I would like to give a quick shout out to the Pink Dragon 123 for drawing the bust in the thumbnail. Thank you so much for drawing that. That actually looks really amazing. And thank you for giving me permission to use it. It's actually a lot better than what I could have drawn, and I really appreciate all your hard work in doing that picture for me, so thank you so much. If you guys would like to check out more of their stuff, their link to their DeviantArt is in the description down below, so thank you very much to Pink Dragon for that. Starlina, if you're watching this, if you're currently with us right now, thank you again so much for writing the script to the last Vampire Boyfriend video. I had so much fun writing that, and to be honest, you gave a lot more life to Esteban than I probably could have, and he's my own character. Thank you to all of you who have been emailing me and giving me all kinds of different video ideas. I am taking all of them into consideration as best as I can. For those of you that are giving me suggestions for where my current video series are going, I do appreciate it, but right now I do have a clear direction as to where each series is going. Vampire Boyfriend already has 4 scripts lined up. Demon Boyfriend already has 3 lined up. Daddy's Little Girl is actually planned out all the way to the end. And Professor Cooper right now is kind of in the air. I'm not really focused on Professor Cooper right now, so that one you'll just have to wait and see. I do welcome you guys to write out your own scripts and even your own fan fictions to any of your favorite characters, and that way I can see the creativity that you guys want to put into the characters, and that way you can create the scenes that you want to see, and I might even incorporate part of that into the videos. However, I'm not going to be able to integrate all of them at once. So please keep that in mind. I know I can't please everybody, but please do be aware that all the stories have their own storylines already planned out. If I'm able to incorporate what you want to see, great. If not, then I do apologize, but that's why fanfics were made. Oh, Kara, stop. The one you sent me wasn't crappy. How are the guys doing? The guys are doing okay. Atreyu's being a little bit more frisky since we still have yet to bring him back to his queen, so he's a little bit on edge and he's a little bit mad with me, but I have a feeling the next part is going to fix that. Jasper's relieved that his corazon is back, and actually in a lot better shape than he originally thought. God, this line is just not wanting to do it. Just not wanting to go. Joining me on today's stream, which, like the first time we started this, I do apologize if the voices don't sound the same as they do in the video. Unfortunately, Audacity doesn't allow for live stream voice changes, so the accents are going to still be the same, but the level of bass and baritone isn't going to be the same as in the video, so I do apologize for that. But the voices that you will be hearing will be from the three boys. Joining me today is going to be Atreyu, Jasper, and Daniel. So if you guys have any questions for those three, please let me know in the chat. If you have any questions for any of the other boys, I will answer them on their behalf. Let's see. Oh, also, if you guys have anything you want to send to me, if you have any scripts that you have written, if you have any drawings that you've made, if you have just anything at all that you want to send me, please, by all means, go ahead. My email is in the description below, masochisticlover69@gmail.com. My email is always open. I don't always look at my email, so don't be discouraged if you don't get a response from me right away. I do have a full-time job, and I don't have my email open all the time. But I do open my email whenever I do get on my computer, and which is pretty much every day since, you know, since I'm writing scripts and drawing and doing all kinds of stuff. So do not be dismayed if you don't get an immediate response from me. I always have YouTube open, so if you send me a comment on YouTube, be it through the community page or on any of my videos, I do see them the minute they are posted. For some reason, YouTube seems to be hiding some comments from me. Like, I don't get a notification about them. I have to look through the video's comments, and then I see some new ones that were posted a while back. But I promise you, I do see your comments, and I do see all of your postings, so, and I do highly appreciate those of you that have been commenting, posting, and doing all of that stuff, and it always puts me in a good mood every day, really, to see that people are still enjoying what I do, because for me, it's not really a common thing for people to like something that I do. So it's a very weird type of feeling, but it's a great feeling all the same. How are you, MasoKitty? I'm doing okay. I just had a hard night at work, so I'm able to de-stress here with you guys while I draw my own rendition of Artax, or at least try to. Atreyu, why don't you and your father have a good relationship? Well, unfortunately, that's going to be revealed in the next part. It's not something I'm proud of, but... oh well. What are you gonna do, right? As long as Artax doesn't hurt you. As long as Artax doesn't hurt the listener, I'll be alright. Don't worry, guys. Atreyu has very little faith, but Artax wouldn't do anything to hurt you. He wouldn't do anything to hurt the listener. If they watch anime, which ones do they watch? For Daniel, it would probably be Ouran High School Host Club. For Jasper, probably Vampire Night. And Atreyu, probably Black Butler. However, I'm not the one that would be the butler. Oh no, I don't do being a butler. It's your first time being on one of my live streams? Well, I'd actually be surprised if you'd been on more, because this is the first one I've ever done. Dang it. I don't like drawing dragon wings. But they are easier to do than angel wings, so I can't really complain. There we go. Aw, thanks, Crimson. Can't wait for tomorrow's video. I will actually be right back, guys. 1 second. There we go. Much better. Okay. Jasper, who did you first drink blood from? Well, that all depends. Do you mean my first human, or my actual first meal? Let's see. What are some common questions that people have? Why do you do male voices even though you're a female? Because I find male voices to be a lot of fun to voice. I haven't really been one to do female voices only because I find doing female voices is kind of awkward for me. I never really knew why. Excuse me. It always was super awkward for me, but when it came to doing male voices, I found myself being a lot more comfortable. So that's just what I stuck with, and it seems to have gone over pretty well. Another common question I get is, how do I come up with my characters? How do I come up with my stories? For the more safer type characters, those are more my own kind of fiction stories. They're stories that I've had for a while. They're stories that I've already written in the past. I just never really took them anywhere. So the stories of Jasper, of Atreyu, I've already had written down on paper for the longest time. I just never really did anything with them. The story of Daniel and Morgan, that was more of a story that I created a long time ago. That was my own fantasy before it actually came true. So I don't know, I don't know really how I came up with my characters per se. I picked a type of personality, I picked personality traits, and then I picked what kind of person or creature I wanted to make them that would fit that personality a little better. Because I never really was able to pinpoint making a human, the way Atreyu is, or a human the way Jasper is. So I decided to go with a creature that fit that personality a lot better, so it was a lot easier to understand and a lot easier to follow as far as story goes. You're one of the boys ever watched Diabolic Lovers More Blood. I would like to watch More Blood. If that's the second season of Diabolic Lovers, then I've already seen it. I don't think it is, though. I think that's where the Sakamakis and I can't remember if it was Mukamis, that's where they have to actually work together. I don't think I've seen that, only because the website I used to watch Diabolic Lovers in the first place doesn't have it on there. It doesn't even have it on there in Japanese, so... let's see. Sabrina, go ahead and ask your question if you want to, hon. Who was your first human and first meal? My first human was just a rando on the street. My first meal was actually... I'd rather not say. Oh, come on, Jasper. What? Don't want to say. It's embarrassing. If you don't tell them, I will. You wouldn't. Try me. Fang boy. It was Esteban, alright? My first actual meal was Esteban. There, happy? Very much. What are your opinions on metal and punk? It's okay. I mean, I'm not really one for metal and punk. That's more of my dad's scene, to be honest. I mean, I'll tolerate it just fine, but I won't go out of my way to listen to it if I have other options. What was the first voice you did? If you're asking what was the first voice I came up with, that would have been Jasper. The first actual voice I did, like the very first voice on my channel, was Jasper. The first voice I was actually proud of and happy to do over again was Atreyu. Atreyu's voice is actually a lot of fun, and I actually find myself practicing it on a daily basis when I have nothing else to do, because I like his voice only because I'm not really going for any specific accent. It's just something to sound exotic. I know that sounds kind of terrible. I've had people comment saying nice English accent, nice British accent. The more I listen to it, I'm actually trying to go for a Australian accent, and I've had a couple people actually tell me that comes through. But it's just another way to try a different accent and actually see if I can act with an accent, because I know not a lot of people can actually do that well. I also liked the idea of oh boy, what's going on? Hang on, we're having issues. We're having issues, hang on. Okay, come on.
Never pay full price for gas again, even if I always try to skip ads.
Come on. There we go. There we go. That's better. What does Atreyu think of Hellboy? We don't speak of him. That's what we think of him. We don't think about him. I swear, you humans, you never seem to get anything right. Do you realize how painful that would be to sand down your horns like that? Ugh. Is it just me or does MasoKitty love torturing the guys? Oh, she loves torturing us, alright. Not that bad. Not that bad. You managed to take my love away and Jasper's corazon away in the same month. How is that not torturous? Could have been a lot worse. Oh, really? How? I could have killed both of them. But then you wouldn't have a series now, would you? No. But I still could have. She's right. She threatened to kill me off simply because people kept on bothering her about making the script written. Oh. Perhaps you're a demon in disguise. Perhaps. We'll never know. This leg is giving me fits. Dang it. There we go. That's better. Atreyu, what was your first love's name? You'll find that out in the next part. Which, by the way, I might add, will be uploaded tomorrow morning. MasoKitty is actually recording the next part to Demon Boyfriend tonight. Aren't you? Yes, I am. And this one is actually going to involve a not safe for work part. However, the not safe for work part will be uploaded separately onto Patreon. Will it be free to enjoy? No. Why not? Because money? Greedy bitch. Hey! I'm not the only one that does that. No, but you did say you wanted to keep your viewers happy. Yes, but I don't also want my channel to be completely demonetized because of not safe for work content. I'll never understand your humans' aversion to sex. Yeah, well. Gotta keep it safe for the children. Atreyu, Jasper, and Daniel, what would you guys do if the listener got hurt really bad physically? Huh? Atreyu, what would you do? Me? I'd find whoever hurt them and then I would make them suffer. Extremely painfully. Okay, Daniel? I would take them to the best hospital and then I would find whoever hurt them and I would make them suffer for it. Okay. Jasper? Oh, I'd make them suffer. Wow, very original, guys. Oh, wait, Jasper? What? Your Corazon actually got pretty hurt in the last part, and yet you barely did anything. Hey, I actually fought Esteban with everything I had. But then the listener just had to jump in the middle of it and say no fighting. I almost had him too. Sure you did. Do you doubt my fighting abilities? Kind of. Mostly because I've never seen you fight. No one has. Besides, I managed to fend off Esteban as best as I could, and it was just enough to get away. More like he let you go. We have our claws out today, don't we? Why don't we put those claws away, MasoKitty? Make me. Daniel, you're the daddy here. You do something. What do you expect me to do? MasoKitty and all the boys, do any of you like video games, and if so, which ones? Anything involving horses for me. The boys don't really play video games. What would Lucifer have to do for Atreyu to kill him? How much control does he have over his anger? If you're talking about my anger, I can actually hold my own, thank you. As for Father, let's just say he has a shorter fuse than 0 inches. And what would he have to do for me to kill him? All he'd have to do is try to touch my queen at least once. He touches my queen, he dies. No matter who he is. Even if it's my brother Satan. No. No one touches my queen unless I say so. Our attacks behave for MasoKitty. What are you talking about? I always behave. I'm not some wild hatchling like Atreyu. What's that supposed to mean, Artax? You know exactly what it means. Don't forget. Who feeds you? I feed myself. It's not like you do anything extra for me that I can't already do for myself. Don't forget who raised you, boy. You didn't raise me. Who was the one that took you in when you fell? Don't bring that up. Why not? Because you always use it against me. As I should. No, you shouldn't. The past is the past. So, it doesn't mean it isn't part of you. And what's part of you is part of me. So I say again, don't forget who raised you. You're not even my real father. So, who was the one that gave you your demon abilities in the first place? Without my dragon fire, who knows what would have happened to you? Nothing to say, Atreyu. Just shut up, Artax. Let's see. God, this line art is taking me longer than I would like. It's taking me way longer than I would like. Okay. Oh, I meant to say this earlier. As far as the direction of the videos go, Daddy's Little Girl is definitely not finished. There's 20 chapters left. Not left, but there's 20 chapters in total. Chapter 3 is still being written. I'm having a little bit of an issue writing it, so that's still in the works. I promise I will update the videos soon on that. Vampire Boyfriend and Demon Boyfriend aren't anywhere finished yet either. I think I'm going to keep Demon Boyfriend and Vampire Boyfriend going at least for a little bit. I don't have any immediate plans to end them at the moment. So there's a lot more story going into it. I already have a few of the actions actually planned out. That is not going to work. So there's no need to worry about those ending anytime soon. I'm definitely not the type to end a series out of nowhere for no reason without any proper warning. So if I do decide to end a series, rest assured that it's going to be either for a good reason or it's going to end with a satisfactory satisfactory ending. Sorry, I couldn't talk there for a second. There we go. There. Oh crap. Okay, I have a good way of how to deal with this. Height 35. Does that cut it off? Yeah, it does. Damn it. Come on, don't do this to me. would you do if you found out there are people who have crushes on the listeners? Well, Atreyu, what would you do? If I found out someone had a crush on my queen, I would make sure that they knew exactly who they were dealing with. Then I would make sure that my love knew exactly who she was dealing with. What do you mean by that? As long as she doesn't forget who she belongs to, we won't have any issues. Okay then? Jasper, what would you do? I would make sure that whoever does have a crush on mi corazon, I would make sure they knew who she belonged to as well. And if they continued to pursue mi corazon, they would be dealt with accordingly. Dealt with accordingly, meaning they wouldn't be breathing for long. And Daniel, you're the same way? More than likely I would actually probably show them what she's into, and I would prove to them that I'm the one that can actually give her what she wants. And I would prove to her that anyone else would pale in comparison to me, that I would be the one to give her what she wants. So you'd kink shame her? No, exactly the opposite. I would kink shame the one that was actually putting the moves on her. You do know that's not what kink shame means, right? So I would be kink shaming him, meaning I would shame him for not being into the right kind of kinks. That makes no sense whatsoever. You still understood it, no? Holy crap, all these questions. Did you teach yourself to draw, or did you take it in school outside classes? I mainly taught myself to draw. I did take art all throughout high school, and I've been drawing ever since I could pick up a pencil. A lot of what I draw is mainly from my own observations and experiences and practice. I also tend to use references a lot more now, but a lot of my drawings are really just from my own observations, and I've just been keeping at it as much as I can. I tried to use artwork as more of a business. I tried to be a commission artist, but it never really took off, so I use artwork now as more of a hobby. Just something to get my mind off of stresses and anything else through life. Artax, when will Demon Boyfriend next part be released? Demon Boyfriend. What part are we on now? Part 4, Artax. Right. Part 4 of Demon Boyfriend will actually be released tomorrow morning. MasoKitty will be working very hard all night long, recording and editing the video to make sure that it's uploaded in a timely manner. Jasper, why did Esteban call you El Chupacabra? That will be revealed in a part further down the road. There is actually a very good reason for that, however that's not a memory that I'd like to trudge up right now. My daughter likes Artax. She said dragon and gave him kisses. Aww. Zartak's like when the listener gives him a hug and pets him. You bet I do. It's the most attention I've gotten in a long time. Hey, I take care of you every day, only because the servants don't know how to take proper care of you. Yes, but do you actually give me praise for doing what I do best? Like I said, I feed you and take care of you. You do realize I'm more than just your pet, right? How about I leave the hugs and kisses to the listener? How about that? I think I prefer that. Only because, at least with the listener, I don't have to work super hard at making sure you're in a good mood. What's that supposed to mean? Do you really think I enjoy flying as rough as you like? Flying as rough as you want me to actually is hell on my back. Not to mention these old wings. Well then. Random jingle? You have plans on drawing the boys the way you see them and not just in pony form. I did, but I don't draw people very well. I suck at drawing people, and drawing humans actually frustrates the living crap out of me. But I might in the future, once I knuckle down and actually spend a day or two actually learning human anatomy and just getting over myself. What about Angel Brother? Angel Brother is more of a, uh-oh. What is the stream doing? No! Check the video resolution. Oh no. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, the picture wasn't frozen. I wasn't doing anything because I was reading the chat. What about Angel Brother? Angel Brother is more of a personal project for me. Angel Brother wasn't really meant to be a series. Angel Brother was more as my own way of getting over my grief. Long story short, I actually lost my older brother to suicide when I was 21 in 2015, and when I uploaded that video, it was actually the anniversary of his death. I'm still trying to get over it, and that was my way of coping, and that was my way of getting out all the anxiety and the grief and everything else. If it is going to be a series, it's mainly going to be a once-a-year type video, where I upload it on the anniversary of his death, where I pretend to be him coming back and, you know, talking to me and talking to the listener and that kind of thing. So there's no real plans for Angel Brother. Angel Brother is just my way of coping with that type of situation. Atreyu, what would do if the listener suddenly went missing? Perhaps suddenly got back to the human world without even realizing it either. I would do everything I can to bring her back. The only way for her to go to the human world is if she actually finds a portal or another archdemon actually takes her there. And no one is taking my queen out of my circle without me knowing about it. How would Jasper be if the listener was somehow in a family that speaks Spanish but doesn't know how to speak a lick of it? If you mean like the listener was a Spanish speaker and he wasn't, Jasper would be more of the type to try and learn it himself. That way he could actually be part of the conversation, and that way he can be part of the atmosphere as well. Don't forget to take your rest. We'd be more sad if you got sick than not upload the video. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna rest. That's why I did the stream as early as I did. That way I can actually get to bed at my normal hour. That way I can wake up and record at full strength. Can I draw something for you? Of course you can, Annie. I'm certainly not gonna deny you that. If you would like to draw me something, you go for it. We need to lower the size here. 2800? Is that too much? Just a tad. Okay. Heck. No, 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 come back. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. I think that's about good. Erase some stray lines here. And I can draw them for you if you want. If you mean draw the characters, I think that'd be great, Pink Dragon. Only if you have the free time, though. I don't want you to feel obligated to do so. That's only on your free time. If you do, great. If not, don't worry. I'm not gonna feel bad. Sorry for your loss, didn't mean to bring it. No, it's okay, Pink Dragon. It's perfectly okay. Not many people know that that's the reason that video is there. I've actually had quite a few people comment on it, thinking it's going to be a new series. So you're not the only one, and it's perfectly fine. What inspired you to do ASMR and why? What inspired me to do ASMR, I, for some reason, got recommended to Master Missy and Pantastic. Because I'd never really been a fan of ASMR because I honestly thought ASMR was nothing but the, like the slime videos and the lip smacking and all that, and I couldn't handle that. But then I came across Master Missy and Pantastic, and I realized that their videos were titled ASMR, but they were roleplay videos, like Listener and their character. And what I really liked about that is that that's what I've actually been doing for the longest time. I just never knew that there was an actual community and an actual platform for it. Because that's one thing that I would do, that's one thing I would actually do to myself when I was in high school going through the bullying and my depression, which was I would pretend with myself that I had a boyfriend from one of my favorite book series, either whether it be Hush Hush or Twilight or something like that. So I would pretend that I had a boyfriend like that to help me through my depression, and it worked. And then when I saw that there was an actual community for this, I was like, oh my god, I've been doing this my whole life, let me try this looks fun. And I put my first video out there, and I shared it on Twitter with the @MasterMissy, @Pantastic. Thank you so much for your inspiration. I decided to give this a try. This was super fun to do, yada yada. And the minute I did that, my channel just took off, and everyone wanted more. And the more people wanted more, the more I wanted more. So then that's when I started writing a lot more. That's when I started to do a lot more voices. And the more I did it, the more I wanted to do it, and the more fun I had. So that's when the whole channel started to grow by itself, and MasoKitty came along, and then I decided, you know what, I gotta do more characters. I can't just do Vampire Boyfriend, I have to do more characters. So that's when Atreyu came about, that's when Cooper came about, and then after that it was Daniel, after that it was the Fox. So it grew from there, and it got my creative juices just going and going, and it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. I have a notebook here actually filled with more video ideas that are just running through my head that I want to get to as fast as possible. So it was that one thought watching other ASMR channels of, hey, this looks fun, let me try it. And that's all it took. What is that? What is that? Is that a part of the wing? That's a part of the wing. Okay. So now, time for the finer details. Nope. Okay, Pink Dragon, I will actually message you, on DA after the stream, and I'll give you all the information you need. Trying to think here. Oops. Well, actually, I rather like that. No. Come back. Thank you. Thank you. Good freaking God. For those of you wanting to know what I use for my videos, because apparently that's a huge question a lot of people have. The programs I use mainly are Audacity for the recording, and I also use YouTube for the audio, for the sound effects. It's actually very easy to get sound effects on off of YouTube. I use this YouTube downloading website called YMate, and it actually allows you to download YouTube audio, just the audio file, and then I use Audacity to shave down the sound effect to match what I need it for, because a lot of sound effect videos tend to have multiple sound effects, and I only need one for most times. For the thumbnail, I tend to just grab a photo or picture or drawing that matches what the video is about, and then from there I resize the video in I resize the picture in Fire Alpaca down to the appropriate size for the thumbnail, and then ultimately the video. And then I will add on the color to the rest of it, so it will be transparent. So most times the picture isn't the same size as the recommended size for the thumbnail, so I will move it into the correct position where I need it, and then using the rest of the canvas, which will be transparent like this, I will try and match the background color. That way I can fill it all in so it looks like one solid piece. And then using just regular MS Paint, I'll go in and do the text for the thumbnail and the video photo. I know a lot of people tend to use Photoshop and all these other programs just for the thumbnail, and me personally, I don't really want to put that much effort into the thumbnail, only because a lot of times the thumbnail is already included in the video, so I figure why do all that effort for a thumbnail when all they're gonna see is just that. And I mainly do use Audacity for all of the audio, only because it's a voice recording software that's free, because I can't really afford to pay for any other recording software. It's easy to use, it's straightforward, there's a lot of tutorials out there on how to use it, so if I need it for a specific type of sound effect, it's right there to use. Alright, so how are you going to look? Just as I thought. Alright. Oh crap. Okay. There we go. What's my favorite color? My favorite color is actually purple. I love my purple. Reminds me of lavender. And lavender is my favorite flower. I'm actually trying to grow lavender right now, that way I can make my own kind of relaxing lavender perfume. Or not lavender perfume, lavender soap. There we go. That's much better. Would you ever consider making a female character, female listener video? I've been considering it. I've actually been giving it strong consideration, only because I feel like I need to explore my female voice a little bit more. I've just been kind of wary about it. I'm not really a fan of my voice, to be honest. Like, my real voice I'm not a fan of. I've heard my real voice, and I don't like it. Mostly because I sound exactly like my mom. And not that there's anything wrong with my mom, it's just when I speak I hear my mom, and my mom's moved away. I got away from her. I don't want to hear her anymore. So it's one of those where it's like, I am just taking my time with it. How can I send you the drawing I'm making for you? You can either send it to me on DeviantArt, or you can send it to me on through my email, which is in the description. I always check my email every single day, so I will get it, I promise. Like me when I draw something on program. Draw it, erase it, draw it again, erase it again. Yep, Control Z is my best friend. And it's actually terrible that I rely on Control Z so much, because when I draw in my sketchbook, I actually find myself reaching for the Control Z function, and there is no Control Z function when you're drawing in a regular sketchbook. So when I'm reaching for the Control Z function, I actually found myself at one point wondering why the line was still there. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm pressing Control Z, why is it still there? What in the world? What am I doing? Only come to find out, hey! Alright. I am actually liking how this is turning out. Excuse you? How come you're not erasing? How come you're not erasing? Oh, because you're on the wrong layer, of course. Wrong layer again, good lord. There we go. Okay, now we can go to this one. Oh no. There we go. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. If I remember correctly, that was the hair. Okay. Get rid of these. And then I think this guy is ready to start coloring. Okay, bring base color back. Just got here. Who is that you're drawing? I am drawing my rendition of Artax. I've had Artax on my mind for a while, and so I thought it would be appropriate to try and draw what he looks like in my head. If you were to do a try not to laugh challenge, would you lose automatically or have no soul? I'd probably lose. I'd probably lose. I am very quick to laughter. I am very quick to laugh. I have been meaning to do a try not to laugh challenge, but I don't think that's on the roster for my channel anytime soon. Dang it. Come on. Whoa. Sorry, phone alarm. Okay. So now that that's done, okay. Now Artax is a black dragon, but he's at the same time not. Like, if the light were to hit him just right, his scales would actually glow like a mixture of green, blue, and purple. So I'm gonna go up here really quick and show you guys what I mean. So let's say, come on, work with me here. Nope. Nope. Let's say this was the color of his skin, or his scales. Then you'd have... I'm actually going to protect that really quick. Then you've got the kind of shining of said scales. I feel like that's too small. Then you've got the shining of said scales like that. And then, throughout, he's got these little specks going all throughout to make him kind of not glitter, but kind of make it look, I don't know the word I'm going for here, but if he were to be in the right light, he would, for lack of a better word, shine. He would basically look like a galaxy. Like that. So this right here would be what you would be looking at as far as what Artax's skin would look like. And then if we go in here for a bit of shadow, this is what his shadowing would look like. Would Dragon Artax also sink into the swamp of sadness? No, because he can fly, unlike the horse. Artax wouldn't even set foot in the swamp of sadness. He would fly over it. He would probably look at the stories Artax and Atreyu and go, "Bye, Felicia." Do you maybe possibly have a character sheet for all of your characters? I do have a character sheet for all of my characters. I made sure to write one out, that way I could keep all the characters consistent throughout all the parts, so I don't even confuse myself. Atreyu, Jasper, and Daniel, what Disney movie is your favorite? My favorite would actually have to be Sleeping Beauty. Only because I actually like the look of Maleficent. If I could choose, I would actually be a male Maleficent myself. Okay, Jasper? I'm more of a fan of Lady and the Tramp, personally. That's how me and mi corazón are. You're the tramp and she's the lady. Pretty much. And Daniel? Are we talking straight Disney, or are we allowed to do Pixar? I'd say Pixar. I would probably go with Brave. I'm a sucker for redheads. Okay. I'm not sorry I'm watching this in the middle of class. Don't make me get Mr. Cooper. He's iridescent. Yes. Yes. That is the word I was looking for. Thank you. Oh, not the pink too much. Dragon Trainer ASMR. I was tempted to, but then I felt like I'd be copying Easton and Emery. Quite tempted to make a fan art of our text now. Go ahead. Okay, so I'm gonna have this here as a reference. And Artax is actually very, he's very horse-like, as far as his mannerisms go, and just the look of him and the way he, moves. I have no idea where I was going with that. I lost my train of thought the minute I started talking. Shutting up now. Let's see. There it is. Dang it. Stop Protect Alpha. I have been meaning to do a new project type of video series. I've been really tempted to start narrating my own personal favorite fanfictions, as well as my favorite novels, but I've been really leery about doing that. The novels I've been leery about doing because last thing I want is for the author or the publisher to come at me and go, oh my god, copyright strike. And I've been leery about doing the fanfiction one only because I'm a firm believer in giving respect to the author, meaning I don't want to do a narration video of their stuff without their permission. And so I've actually contacted a few of my favorite authors on fanfiction to see if they would be okay if I narrated their stories, and I haven't heard anything back from them, but I hope I do soon. A couple of them that I've been wanting to do is a couple of 50 Shades of Grey fanfiction. There's one of Ancient Magus Bride that I've wanted to narrate. And so that's where those projects are right now, and I really hope I get to do that because I have some great plans for that kind of thing, and those videos are going to be so much fun to work on. I basically have a lot of ideas for the channel and not enough time to execute them. So it will certainly be interesting to see where that takes us and where that takes MasoKitty ASMR. Dang it, why did I press Ctrl Z that time? What would our text do if the listener wanted to go for a ride by themselves? Well, considering that they've already just done a ride by themselves, I don't think he'd have a problem with it. I like how when you made Jasper a pony Sona, he's like Spirit. Me personally, I love Spirit. And one of the projects that I've had in my head for a few weeks now is actually doing my own rendition of a Spirit and Rain dub. It would follow the same scenes from the movie, but instead of hearing the horse whinnies and the snorts and the nickers, you would hear an actual voice. Because whenever I watch that movie, I don't hear the horse sounds. I actually hear some kind of dialogue, because I'm watching their body language, I'm watching their facial expressions, so I can still understand what they're saying, even though they're not saying anything. I'm not saying that the narration from Matt Damon doesn't help, but at the same time, you can still understand what they're saying even though they're horses. So I've been wanting to do that kind of project for a while. I've just been, again, really leery about it because I wouldn't know how to approach it. But that is a project that I have in mind for later on. But getting back to the comment, I wanted to make Jasper like Spirit because him being of Spanish descent, I wanted to make him show that by making him a Mustang, and I thought, what better Mustang to make him than make him like Spirit? And I've actually had a couple people ask me, well, why a Mustang? What's the significance between Spanish people and Mustangs? Well, Mustangs are the wild horses that were actually descended from the horses that were brought here from Spain from the Spanish conquistadors. So I thought that was actually a kind of clever integration of Jasper's heritage along with what kind of pony he would look like or pony he would be. Can we hear a background greeting from Gaster? I didn't think you guys would like Gaster that much, to be honest. I was actually tempted to delete that video after a couple hours because I'm like, oh god, this isn't going to get very good reception at all. People are going to hate this. I may as well delete this now. This doesn't sound good. What's Mr. Cooper's full name? Mr. Cooper doesn't have a middle name. His full name at the moment is just Dante Cooper. And for those of you not understanding my pronunciation of it, it's Dante as in Dante's Inferno. I wanted to make him like Dante from Dante's Inferno, which is basically the listener is his Beatrice, and he's trying to save her from hell, which in his case, hell is being abused and that kind of thing. But what he doesn't realize is that he's quickly becoming her own personal demon. And she doesn't, and the listener doesn't know how they feel about that. I think I can reveal this now because I'm not so sure where the next part is going to take us, but you were right in assuming that that Cooper is becoming what he hates most. And that was actually intentional. Because I never liked the kind of yandere hero boyfriend where they were all perfect and everyone else was scum. I never liked the storyline of, oh, I can make you happy, I'm perfect, yada yada. I wanted to make a yandere boyfriend where they're trying to protect them from a legitimate threat, but in doing so they become the one thing that they're trying to protect them from. And to themselves, they're blind to it because they feel like their actions are justified because they feel like they're doing it in a protective way. Whereas to the listener and everybody else, it's seen as what they are trying to protect them from, which in this case is seen as being very dominant, slightly abusive, and it's going to take a, not cataclysmic, but a very big event to make them realize what they've been doing. I realized that Cooper has taken a very dark turn, and so that's why I'm not that thrilled about getting back to it at the moment, only because working on dark subjects tends to put me in the wrong mindset. So I'm not that thrilled about working on the next part all too soon. There will be a next part to Cooper, just not too soon.
You were hoping you would hear a Jasper impression. Well, like I said in the beginning, child, the voice wouldn't completely match due to no voice changer. But I can do my absolute best.
Okay. For those of you that are fans of the Daddy's Little Girl series, this is just a heads up. Chapter 3, once that's uploaded, that will be the last chapter that I will be uploading to YouTube. All chapters after that will be Patreon only because Daddy's Little Girl will get very explicit, and I don't want to risk YouTube screwing up my channel because of that. So I thought I'd upload the first 3 chapters to give a little teaser of what is to be expected with Daddy's Little Girl. So for those of you that are fans of Daddy's Little Girl, don't be expecting the full drama CD story to be on YouTube. Just the first 3 chapters are going to be on my channel, and then every chapter after that is going to be on Patreon only. Oh, and don't worry about Mr. Cooper. All of my stories are HEA, happy ending assured. It's just a matter of when. Does Dr. Gasser actually scare you guys that much? Damn. a question I found on, sent to me on Discord. Does Jasper know any other languages? He does. He does know different languages. Being a vampire, he actually has ample time to learn different languages. Jasper, what do you speak fluently? Fluently besides Espanol? Well, I do speak quite good English. I can speak Swahili at least a little bit. I can do Italiano. I can speak a little bit of Chinese and Japanese. And I can honestly say I actually am provisional in French. Can you do some for us? No, I'd rather stick with Spanish. That's what they're here for, isn't it? They're here for mi español, no? Jasper, you're not Julio Iglesias. Even though you write me as Julio Iglesias. Can you speak a little Spanish for them? What should I say? I don't know. That's up to you. Does it have to be PG? Please. Tú eres un punta. Hey, none of that. What? I didn't say anything. Sure. Don't ask what he just said. What should I say? Mi corazón es muy hermosa, ¿no? You do know it's fun to tease you, right, MasoKitty? You and the others always like to tease me. I know we do. And yet you love it, don't you? Yeah. Only from Atreyu. You and Daniel just get annoying. Excuse you? You can't threaten me, Daniel. I'm not afraid of you. Oh, really? You should be. Oh, really? Why is that? Because I can put you over my knee in a millisecond. And you know you can't fight me off that easily. I can always try. You can always try, and you will always fail. See what I have to deal with, guys? You willingly put up with us. Yeah, I guess you're right. Would you mind if I drew the boys in our Texas children? No, I wouldn't mind at all. Can you do a short papyrus impression? Oh god. Hang on. Sans! What are you doing on the couch? Get your lazy butt up. Why papyrus? We have to go looking for humans. So, I'm lazy. Sans! I guess you could call me a lazy bones. Sans! My spaghetti is the absolute best in the underground. Really? How'd you make it? Well, I guess you could say I worked myself to the bone to make this spaghetti. But it's the absolute best I can make. What? What'd you say, Papyrus? You worked yourself how hard? I worked myself to the bone to make this, Sans. Oh. Sans, I have nothing to say. I can also voice Metaton for you, darling. Oh, Pappy dear, you're looking so tired, honey. Why don't you go lay down while I go fetch you an ice pack? can also God. I can also do Underfell sayings too. Seriously. I don't know if you noticed, buddy, but I have no lips. Got no tongue either. Just teeth. Sharp teeth. But maybe you're into that. That's hardcore, I can respect that. You know what? I've been working with MasoKitty to try and get her to do a roleplay with me. She's been so leery about it, and I don't know why. You really don't know why, Sans? Well, beside the fact that you can't get my accent right. Oh, come on, I can do your accent just fine. Well, then what's the big deal? Big deal is, I don't know what to write your script for. You already know my personality. You already know my story. It doesn't take very long to write a script for that. Seriously. Sans, where is your accent even from? Are you from Brooklyn or are you from New York? Doesn't really matter. What made you come up with Kitsune Boyfriend, and how are you gonna be taking it? How far are you gonna be taking it? Kitsune Boyfriend was more of an experiment for the yandere type, but doing it with a mythological creature. I've always been a fan of kitsunes. Tomoe being my favorite. That's why I used him for the picture of him That, and it was the best representation I could find of what I envisioned in my head that the fox would look like. I don't know how far I intend to take his story. I initially intended to make it only 3 or 4 videos long, but I'll have to see on that. And I've had this question asked quite a few times. The fox is not going to have a name. This is the one character where I'm going to leave the name either up to you guys or it's going to be nameless, only because I don't feel like... This is one character I don't feel like putting a name to. Only because I don't see him lasting for very long, or at least I didn't think I'd see him lasting for very long. And I don't want to put a name to a character where they're only going to last for a few videos and then I'm never doing them again. If I know for a fact I'm going to be doing an original character for a while, then yes, I will add a name to them. Because I like to personalize my characters that way. The fox actually already has another script written as well. As you guys can tell, I don't really do my scripts in order from character, meaning I don't write one script for Cooper, and then I write one script for Atreyu, and then I write one script for Jasper, and I follow a specific pattern. All my scripts come to me when they come to me, and I do all my videos as they happen. So Cooper is going to take a little bit longer than Vampire Boyfriend. There's going to be a lot more Vampire Boyfriend videos coming out, more than Cooper and Original and that kind of thing. So if I don't upload one of your favorite characters when you think I should, it's because either A, I'm having that big of an issue with the script, or I already have them queued, I just have other videos in front of them beforehand. It's one of those first come, first serve type bases, I should say. Okay, that took 4 flipping ever. Okay, so now we're going to protect Alpha. Grab the gray particle. Whoa, too big. Actually, I'm gonna leave that alone. How am I gonna do this? Oh, I know how I'm gonna do this. I know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna layer this. I'm gonna clip it. There we go. Okay, scatter strength quite a bit. Okay. There we go. There, clip. This time scatter strength low. What program am I using? I'm actually using Fire Alpaca. Here we go. And Fire Alpaca, I tend to use a lot more than any other program because it's a lot easier to use, for me anyway. Okay, so now we want some purple in there. Get some pinks. Well, would pink be too much? I'd have to do some blue on top of it, but it looks okay. No. No, that looks terrible. That looks terrible. Holy freaking shit. Starting over. Just got jump scared by Italian dressing. Okay. Don't think I want to know what's going on there. And yes, I did say he's a black dragon. He is still a black dragon. It's just... this is... how black dragons are made. There we go. That's a lot better. Forgot I gotta do the feet. There we go. Have you met Artax, MasoKitty? Of course I've met him. Actually gave me a ride on his back the other day. He does actually prefer a smoother ride than what Jasper tends to do. Or not Jasper, Jesus, Atreyu. Getting me mixed up with the vampire now, are you? Sorry. It's not like you can blame me. You both have fangs, you both bite. Yeah, except my bites are love bites. His bites are just for food. Alright, there we go. Now we can go into layer. Oh, excuse me. No, not the hiccups again. I don't like having the hiccups. Okay, as something fun to do, and this is for any of my characters and any voice, what would you guys like to hear any of the characters say? Now, in your request, please keep it PG. I will not be doing any dirty requests. Artax caught me off guard too. Well, I almost didn't give Artax a voice, but at the same time I thought it would be interesting. Mr. Cooper, what's 6 times 3? I'm not the math teacher. I'm the English professor. Are you sure you passed elementary school? Because if you don't know the difference between English and math, I think you should go back. Mr. Cooper, be nice. Let's see. Okay. What are we doing in the liquor store aisle? What are we doing in the liquor aisle? Your doctor said no alcohol, Floyd. No. Why, love, just like your favourite butler, I'm simply one hell of a demon prince. You guys need to stop vaping in the bathroom. When I need to use the bathroom, you're vaping in there. Hit it, DJ. Aw, thanks, Percy. I'm glad my videos were able to help you out. I myself deal with depression, so I know how you feel. The best advice I have to help deal with that is try and find something that gets your mind off of it as best as you can. For me, that's several different things. That's my artwork, that's making my videos. I also do some knitting, and I do baking, and I do gardening, just a lot of things to help keep my mind off of it. Ooh. Sword Art Online lover, I am not saying that. And Annie, I'm not saying that either. I can make I can make Jasper sing in Spanish and French. Can I get Jasper to say? Okay.
Hello. My name is Alejandro Rafael de la Cruz. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Hey, how you doing? I'm fine. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing just fine. I lied, I'm dying inside. I can't remember the melody to that, but I think that's about right. They ask how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. Or I actually have one better instead of the first one I did for Jasper.
Hello. Hello. My name is Alejandro Rafael de la Cruz. You killed mi corazón. Prepare to die.
Well, hello, my name is Loca, and I'm a special bug. I live in Belfast, Ireland, and my favourite thing's a hug. I love to eat roast chicken, and my friends say I'm good fun. But the one thing that I cannot do is I can't feckin' run. I'm bouncing, flouncing, falling all around the show. Rolling, bowling, and running, I'm a flop. I tried me best, I never rest to run a mile's me final quest. But once I do get going, then I cannot feckin' stop. Do the boys like and know of Pokemon?
Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I do know that Atreyu actually once tried to dress me up as Charizard.
There was only one time, and you know that was only on a bet.
Wish you lost.
It wasn't my fault. Satan cheated.
Do you really still expect Satan to be honorable about when it comes to bets? You know how he loves to gamble.
So? One can still dream, can't he?
You are such an angel.
Artax?
Yes, actually.
Do I need to put more thorns under your saddle?
Only if you want me to burn down the stable for the 5th time this week. You can try and threaten me all you want, Hatchling. None of your threats will ever work on me.
Hey, Jasper. Good? Would you be okay for doing a little bit of your mixed languages for the audience? I don't see why not. What are you wanting me to do? I was thinking you could sing to them in a different language than English.
Oh?
And what language should I do? Well, you've already sung to them in Spanish. You've already sung to them in Swahili. How about a little bit of French? I think I can do that. Would the audience like to hear me sing to them in French? Tu parles français? Can Atreyu or Jasper sing Gaston? I'll do you one better. So, what's tonight's theme? Everyone's dressing as what the 90s thought was tough? Oh, come on, Jasper. Bartender me. Ask me, rough day while you rub the same spot over and over? Do you ever shut up? I know, I'm a chatty Cathy, but what are you gonna do? Shut my mouth shut? Don't answer that. You stay here, Atreyu. It's going to get ugly real fast. Oh, was that a musical cue? Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Atreyu. In fact, it usually does. 'Cause you look like my balls under that hood, Atreyu. Just thinking of it kills my buzz. You know, normally that would have just hurt my feelings, but damn it! I've always wanted to be in a musical. There's no man in town as reviled as you, and hell, they all wish you would die. Even though you've proven quite tricky to kill, everyone's going to try. No one's slick as Atreyu, no one's quick as Atreyu, no one wields katanas and rips like Atreyu. I'm especially good at decapitating. Heads rolled for Atreyu. I know that wasn't the right sequence, but still. I am a personal fan of the Deadpool version of Gaston. Okay, that was Gaston. Now, Jasper, can you give them a little bit of French? Sure. Ah. On joue en guerre, on joue en perd, et je n'ai pas perdu la guerre. Elle ne pourra jamais m'abattre. Ne coule pas, cessez de battre. Il faut que je m'échappe et que jamais me ne attrape. Je le sais, j'y arriverai. On ne l'emprisonnera jamais. Et je dis pas, vous qui ne me connaissez pas. Je suis lui et sa loi. Jamais j'ai laissé, jamais je n'abandonnerai, non. You know, guys, between you and me, MasoKitty absolutely hates it when she sings. Atreyu, what are you telling them? Oh, nothing. She hates it when she sings. She doesn't think she's a good singer at all. And it doesn't help that she's singing to you, and Master Sato is sitting right behind her listening the entire time, which only flares up her embarrassment. So please, by all means, do make her sing more. Atreyu, please don't. Consider this payback. Payback for what? For telling my father about the listener, of course. It wasn't me. Well, it certainly was somebody, and I'm not the one that wrote the damn script. Are you just gonna blame me for all your shortcomings? Pretty much. You're such a baby, says the one who's afraid to sing in front of everyone. Hey, it's a legitimate fear, okay? Oh, sure it is. No. That's not a legitimate fear. A legitimate fear is fear of heights, a fear of spiders, a fear of snakes. Fear of singing is not a legitimate fear. In fact, that's a fear that needs to get out of your head immediately. Well, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. There we go, finally. Good lord, that took way too long. What has happened to your master? Not heard from him in a while. He's not gone. I just haven't been using him much lately because I don't feel like sharing him with you guys yet. Because he's mine. Yes, my song was in French. Tengo la camisa negra, mi amor está de luto. Tengo en el alma unas penas y es por culpa de tu embrujo. Sé que tuyo nombre quieres, después lágrimas me hiere. Tengo la camisa negra y tus maletas en la puerta. Mal parece que solo me quieres y fue pura torrita tu mentira, camadita, manda total la mía. Y ante el día te encontré, por beber el veneno malevo de tu amor. Yo quedé moribundo y lleno de dolor. Respiré resegundo amargo de tu adiós. Desde que tú te fuiste yo solo tengo la camisa negra y a tu bleh. Lost my part there for a second. I got distracted. Okay, what I should be doing is working on a script, but I felt like drawing today. I might do a work in progress script stream later on. Not later on today, but I might do one down the road. Just a little bit of a treat for you guys, that way you can see how I write my scripts, how they're written. Because there's actually a lot that goes into writing the script. I get a lot of people emailing me asking me, how would you like the script written? How do you write a script? And for me, all I'd really need for the script is the dialogue and any sound effects. I don't need any unnecessary information like, oh, he's, you know, sitting in a chair, or, you know, this person moves 5 feet to the left. Because of the videos and the way they are, that type of information isn't going to be relevant considering you're only listening to it. You're not actually watching it. Like, for me, my scripts mainly consist of just the dialogue and some sound effects and some timing cues. So, like, whenever there's a slight pause, like the listener is actually saying something to the character, I actually type in brief pause. And if there's like a time jump or a location change, then I actually put in there lengthened pause for X amount of seconds. And then I'll put the transition in there of fade in or fade out with this sound effect. And a lot of times what I'll find myself doing when I write scripts is I'll actually act them out as I write them, because I tend to voice the lines first before I write them down. So I'll actually act them out and write them down as I act them out. So this isn't going to be in the final script, because the final script for Demon Boyfriend is already written, but say I was writing it now, and there was a part in there that I wanted to put in there of Atreyu dealing with the listener and their lack of eating. Instead of actually writing it down, trying to decide, okay, how would this play out, I would play it out in my head and I'd act it out myself. So, just as a mock scene. Well. Now that you're finally home, we need to get some food in you. I'm sure you're hungry after that kind of ordeal. Now, don't get snippy with me. You may be dead and you may be in hell, but that doesn't mean that you need to suffer. And that doesn't mean that you need to go off your food. You are to be the queen of the third circle. And being so, you need to take care of yourself. If you don't take good care of yourself, it will show. Not to mention, you'll be my queen. And being my queen, I expect you to be taken care of as such. Even if I have to force feed you. Don't fight me on this, darling. Keep fighting me, and I promise you will regret it. I've already put you on a week of lockdown. I don't need to add more. There's a good girl. Now, eat your food, and then afterwards, it's another writing lesson on Falcor. Come on. I'm not leaving until you eat every morsel. Of course I'm gonna watch you. What else would I do? Like, it's that kind of acting out where it comes to my head, I'll act it out, I'll write it down, and then I'll see where the flow is with that. Because I also go through the responses that the listener gives him in my head as well. And a lot of the responses that the listener gives him is what I would say in that situation. So I would be most likely refusing him, I most likely would be fighting him, going, no, I'm not hungry, I don't need food, I'm fine. I don't need to take good care of myself. I just got the worst look from Master Sato. He heard me say that and he gave me this look of, excuse you? Nothing! I said nothing. This is always the longest frickin' part. This always is the longest thing that takes me when I draw, is the flat colors. The shading doesn't normally take me that long because the shading is the easy part. It's the frickin' flat colors that take me the longest. If I don't get to your questions, guys, I do apologize. Let's see. MasoKitty, how old are you? I am 24 years old. I recently turned 24 this past Valentine's Day, actually. Most people actually think I'm in my 30s already because of how I act in real life, and that kind of hurts. I'm not even 25 yet, and yet I've been called in my mid-30s. That's just no. There we go. Okay, why do I feel like that's an off color? Protect. There we go. Well, or do we go purple? No. Well, no. I'm not gonna go that way. Ooh, we are gonna go this way though. We are gonna go that way. Now we're gonna add a layer and we're going to do this. Gonna add some shadow in there. Maybe a couple of things darker. There we go. That's more like it. How long has this stream been going? I am actually curious myself. We have elapsed 2.5 hours. And this drawing isn't even done yet. Oh, excuse me. Atreyu, can you please sing, or are you scared to sing? I am not scared. Okay, let's get that right. I'm not the one with stage fright. MasoKitty is. Me, however. Are you sure you want to hear me sing? Being a demon, I might actually put you under some sort of spell. And I don't think MasoKitty would like that. Unless, of course, you want to be put under my spell. Is that what you want, darling? Do you want to be put under my spell? I would like Jasper to sing a Spanish song, please. Okay. Oh, whoops, I was using my pencil. What Spanish song do I sing? I don't know. I don't know what to sing now. I'm drawing a blank. Actually, what am I doing? Overlay? Okay. I actually like how that looks. I actually really like how that looks. Overlay? Yes. Oh. That looks so good. Okay. Okay, so now okay. Hey, what are you doing here? How rude of you, Mouse, to actually not invite me. Haven't you noticed I've gained quite a few followers? Yeah, so? Wouldn't it be smart to add in one of their favorites? You're not exactly their favorite. I beg to differ. How many people are here that actually enjoy my videos? How many of you here actually enjoy watching my Fox videos? hear why? Like I said, I thought it was extremely rude for you not to invite the main attraction. You're not the main attraction. And why not? Haven't you noticed that my videos have been garnering a lot of attention? Yeah, and? I can't be alone in knowing exactly what they're wanting, right? And what they want is more of me. Am I right, everybody? This looks beautiful. It's not even done yet, people. It's not even near done. Well, I guess it is. But What's going on with the whole being tame or wild thing? The whole being tame or wild thing, was mainly just a play on Tomoe's thing. I liked the idea of the being wild versus being tame idea, and I just kind of ran with it. The real idea behind it is going to be revealed here pretty soon. And that doesn't look like the natural direction of the hair at all. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Jesus Christ. The being tame versus wild is basically if he's under control or not. If he's under control, then he is safe to be around, aka being tamed, whereas if he's not, if he's a wild one, then he's not safe to be around, which is pretty much how Tomoe was in the anime Kami-sama Kiss. And I liked that idea because it gave that feeling of danger to the character, and I wanted to keep that somewhat unpredictability with the character. You know, whether he was gonna go tame or wild, and especially with the added thing of, oh my god, the seal is breaking, or the seal is getting weaker. I actually liked that idea so much that I ended up keeping it. Because I like to have that sort of kind of conflict in that kind of character in that kind of situation. And it's basically self-explanatory if you actually watch the second video of that series. If he's a tamed fox, then he can stay at the shrine and, you know, protect it and do what he usually does. But if he's a wild fox, then he can't be there, because that shrine is mainly for granting, you know, human wishes, and mainly used for granting people favors and all this other stuff as you know, payment for what he's doing. And if he's a wild fox, then he can't do his job, because, like he said, being a wild fox or a wild yokai, a wild shrine, brings nothing but destruction and chaos. And if there's a shrine that brings that kind of bad luck, then that shrine will inevitably be taken down and destroyed. And yes, I am cheating with the hair, but I don't like doing hair very much. So I am cheating. I think I'm gonna go a little bit darker, just in some areas. Oh good god, everyone is asking Kitsune to sing! Fine, you guys want to hear the Kitsune sing. One fond embrace, Ahulia, until we meet again. If there's a prize for rotten judgment, I guess you've already won that. No fox is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history, been there, done that. Who'd you think you're kidding? He's the earth and heaven till you try to keep it hidden. Honey, we can see right through you, girl, you can't conceal it. We know how you're feeling, who you thinking of. No, no chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. You swoon, you sigh, why deny it, oh. It's too cliche, I won't say I'm in love. I thought my heart had learned its lesson. It feels so good when you start out. My head is screaming, get a grip, fox. Unless you're dying to cry your heart out, you keep on denying who you are and how you're feeling. Baby, we're not buying. Hon, we saw you hit the ceiling. Face it like a grown-up. When you're gonna own up that you got it bad. No, no chance, no way, I won't say it, no, no. Give up, give in, check the grin, you're in love. This scene won't play, I won't say I'm in love. Of your way off base, I won't say it. Get off my case, I won't say it. Boy, don't be proud, it's okay, you're in love. Oh, at least out loud, I won't say I'm in love. Oh, this is coming out so well. I think you rather capture my likeness very well. I sure hope so. Look at me, I will never pass for a perfect bride or a perfect daughter. Can it be? I'm not meant to play this part. Now I see that if I were truly to be myself, I would break my family's heart. Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? Why is my reflection someone I don't know? Somehow I cannot hide who I am, though I've tried. Will my reflection show who I am inside? When will my reflection show who I am inside? There we go. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. I think that is our text done. Now, take that away. Oh god, that is dark. That is dark as all hell. And I can see I'm... crap. Go away, correction. Now I think we got it. Where's my magic wand? There it is. Let's see. See if this is gonna work. It might. Okay. Or not. Actually, I'm gonna save this really quick, because if I don't save it now, I'm gonna be really mad. Yeah, if I lose this now, I'm gonna be seriously mad. Okay. Do. Okay. Now, I'm gonna open this. Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Open this up. Layer. Clipping. Protected. Now, give this a little bit of a shine. Oh, good lord. Actually, I wonder. Ah, that's cool. I can make him a shadow. What an overlay would look like. Ooh! Okay. That's... yeah. Okay. Now we go to clipping. And this time we're going to do this one. Guess not. I imagine Artax is terrifying, but he's really beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Trust me, he is terrifying. But only ever so often. Actually, let me see something. All the way. Copy paste. Go away. Boom. Now let's move you underneath our text. This way we can give him a shadow. Oh, too big. There we go. There. Edit canvas size. Actually, that's fine the way it is. I am going to edit the canvas size a little bit though. Bottom center. 8. 7? Okay, that works. File, export. Almost done, guys. Almost done! Okay, boys, what Disney song would be your love song to the listener? Jasper would be Bella Notte, along with the Italian accent. The fox would definitely be, would be Reflection from Mulan. Atreyu would be, Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Daniel would probably be... Oh god, what would Daniel be? Daniel would be part of your world from Little Mermaid. Cooper would be... Oh god. Cooper would probably be Once Upon a December from Anastasia. I know that's not a Disney movie, but whatever. I think that's it. I got Jasper, the fox, Cooper, Atreyu. For Gaster, it would probably be Rasputin from Anastasia.
Beata Maria, you know I am a righteous man. Of my virtue I am justly proud. Beata Maria, you know I'm so much purer than the common, vulgar, weak, licentious crowd. Then tell me, Maria, why I see her dancing there, why her smouldering eyes still scorch my soul. I feel her, I see her, the sun caught in her raven hair is blazing in me out of all control. Like fire, hellfire, this fire in my skin, this burning desire is turning me to sin. It's not my fault, I'm not to blame. It was the gypsy girl, the witch, who set this flame. It's not my fault, it's in God's plan. He made the devil so much stronger than a man. Protect me, Maria. Don't let this siren cast a spell. Don't let her fire sear my flesh and bone. Destroy Esmeralda and let her taste the fires of hell, or else let her be mine and mine alone.
It's 4 hours streaming. We are currently at 3.5 hours, actually. Good God, Artax, why did I make you so damn big? Oh, that's right, because you are big. Oh, excuse me, pardon me.
Welcome back, Sabrina. You didn't miss much.
I'm kind of conflicted on what to do. I actually rather like that purple. But I feel like this is an issue. Maybe? Ooh, wait a minute, wait a tick. Oof, too bright. Way too fucking bright. Way too fucking bright. just make it white. I prefer drawing animals or humans. I prefer drawing animals. Hands down. Animals are so much easier to draw.